Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to our AMA session with co-founder of NFT4Play. Avron, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for letting us know about your project. And let's start. Tell me about what is NFT4Play.
So firstly, thank you. It's absolutely delight to be here today talking to you about NFT for Play. NFT for Play is a play to earn platform that uses NFT cards as a basis for people to play games against each other, including tournaments and player versus player betting, which we think will be extremely popular with the players out there.
So what stage are you at with your platform development?
So we are exactly on the roadmap, we're happy to say, which means our membership pool is live and we're starting already to distribute rewards through the lottery and free NFT cards to our players so they can start building up their teams. We're going to be releasing our minting contract, which will within the next day or so. So we're really excited by that. And then we're going to move on to release the game within about a month or so. So by the end of Q1 of this year, we will have our first game out, and then we're going to move on to more games, fantasy football, esports, and everything else that the players will find exciting.
Gamify and NFT, it's a huge industry right now, and projects like yours are darlings of the crypto space at the moment. Venture capital funds are hunting these amazing gems to invest in. So we are very, very honored and privileged to be hosting your project for an IDO. But let's talk a little bit about the gamify industry, about the collectibles industry, about the NFTs, because your project is bringing all of these components together, which is quite interesting.
Well, absolutely, and I think first and foremost, the NFT within the gamify space is one of the first use cases that brings a lot of things together. That's not just art and not just about owning something unique, but also about owning something that you can do with your NFT. And what we've really tried to tap into with our platform is the collectible aspect. We're going to make sure that we've got really trading cards where players are going to want to actively trade it with each other, because what's important to one player is not always important to another player, and we're going to absolutely make sure that we've got that healthy kind of environment where people will want to engage with each other on that level. But on the other side, I've spent a good part of my career, as have my core team, within the iGaming space, and we just know people like to play games. People are competitive and people want to win, and if you can find exciting content for people to play with and use NFT cards as a basis, it's got to be an exciting space.
Gaming is the largest sector of the entertainment industry, and I think with the way how it's now interacts with crypto, and you can actually play and earn, you can have teams playing against each other, right? You can build guilds that play against each other. I mean, I think the future is super bright for the gamify industry. So you come from the iGaming space. How do you think that experience translates into the gamify space now, and how what sort of fantastic experiences are you bringing over to this new segment of the crypto economy?
Well, one thing I certainly learned in the iGaming space is people want choice, and it's very critical that you bring on board lots of content and lots of content developers onto our platform. We're not about creating a single game and a single experience, but a multitude of games and experiences. The other thing that we've also learned is, in order to build a gaming community, you have to give back to the community, and a large percentage of what you actually earn needs to go back to players and go back to players constantly to keep them engaged. They need to feel that they're part of it. The final thing that I, very briefly, that I really wanted to hit on is differing from a lot of the other iGaming platforms. We really don't want the players playing against the actual owners of the platform, but it's truly player versus player, and all we're going to be is the fair referee arbitrating between matches. Just like we have tennis and football and basketball or whatever it may be. It's never the organizers of the competition that the players are playing against, but they're playing against each other, which means it's actually going to be fair for all, exciting for all, and rewarding for all.
No, that's great. And can you talk to me a little bit more how you want to take your platform? Because you're starting first with football, and then where is it going?
So we decided to start with, football because it was, easy for many people to understand. The rules of football are understood in many countries around the world, but we certainly don't want to stay there. Where we're taking the actual platform is immediately into other sports, into fantasy, whether that be Dungeons and Dragons style characters or manga or wherever, where people can build, instead of building teams of sports players, they can actually build, their teams of whatever it may be: orcs, elves, dwarves, fire spirits, air spirits, and really finding the game, most importantly, that they enjoy playing and the genre that they enjoy playing. Once we've got the NFT card part of it down and working, which will only take a few months, we're going to rapidly branch out into first fantasy football. We've partnered up with a company that has specialized in UK Premier League fantasy football, and we're going to roll that out, and then more fantasy sports around that. But most interestingly, by the end of this year, we want to have hooked in esports into the platform. So we'll be using our community and our tournament structure to allow people to play their favorite esports games against each other. We'll work out exactly which games as we go through, looking at our target market, but most importantly, we'll be bringing esports into the crypto space, and I think that's going to be truly exciting.
Esports is a huge industry. It's a huge segment of the entertainment industry, and marrying it with crypto, NFTs, I think is just uniting those communities which are quite similar, right? Gaming community likes to win, crypto community likes to win, and marrying the two, I think it just creates this amazing win-win situation. But that's the beginning, right? You have to take it somewhere. Where do you see the path going?
So the most critical thing is it's like any other entertainment industry, whether it's gaming or movies or whatever. Ultimately, it just keeps on growing and growing and growing. And what's actually growing is the content. We've got to constantly deliver new content to our players, invigorating content, and always stay one step ahead of the pack. And I think the important thing that the senior management team that I have around me, what we understand is, what we're releasing today is what we thought about 6 months ago. And what we'll be talking about in 6 months is not what we're releasing today, but what we're starting to work on now, which we're not, necessarily telling everyone about. And, constantly reinventing, reinvigorating, and finding new ways for players to engage with each other in a fun and exciting way is exactly what we will do, which means in 3 years' time, we truly hope to be a very wide platform with a huge library of games that people can come on board and engage in and really have fun with.
Last year, DeFi projects, NFT projects that are selling in-game assets raised multiple millions of dollars. We're talking, where do you see this is going? Do you think the hype will subside, or do you think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg and the very, very beginning? And there, because we're in a little bit of a bear market when it comes to Bitcoin and other crypto assets. But I'm not seeing any bear market. I'm not seeing even any slowdown in the DeFi and in-game NFT assets. What is your vision? What is your prediction?
So, well, my prediction is that when you give people product that they like, they're going to engage with it, and the one that particularly excites me is iGaming product. And, people will want to play games irrespective of the state of any particular cryptocurrency, or whether it's a bear or a bull market. We're not a financial services company. We're not trying to get people to bet against whether Ethereum's going to be going up or down tomorrow. It makes absolutely no difference. What we do know is that people want to play games today and people want to play games tomorrow. And as long as we ensure that we hit a mass market and we keep the cost of entry as low as possible, we'll get mass engagement in the platform. And then the value of actual crypto won't really make a difference, because people are playing at a fair price, rather than trying to hedge their bets and work out where BTC or Ethereum or wherever is going next. And I think that's the critical thing. Give people product that they want and they'll come.
Absolutely. I'm just opening some statistics here on this document, just so I can impact how huge the industry is, or have some numbers. So the wallets activity relating to gamify projects have increased 2,500% over the last year. So what gamify industry is doing, that you're not only engaging the current players, but you're also onboarding new people into crypto industry, which is all welcome, because at the moment it is estimated somewhere between 55% of the world's population own crypto. And gamify, I think it's a wonderful entry opportunity for an average person to get into crypto. 2.3 billion US dollars was generated in sales as NFT in-game collectibles in Q3 2021. So these are massive numbers, right? And I don't see this slowing. On the contrary, I see this is only the beginning. 4.6 billion is what's the market cap of virtual world decentralized applications. Like we all heard about Snoop Dogg purchasing, some virtual land. So 4.6 billion, that's the market cap of those, metaverses. This is just incredible. And that all just happened in the space of the last 12 months. Would you say 12 months?
Yeah, absolutely. I've kind of been watching NFTs for the past few years, and from people scratching their heads 3 years ago to say what's a use case to this, and it's been massive. But these in reality are still small numbers compared to where I think it can go. Especially if I look at what's been happening in NFT collectibles and gamify at the moment. A lot of them have got very high price tags, which means they haven't even hit the mass market yet. They've hit a few really wealthy or high net worth individuals. If you look at the total global space rather than just the crypto space alone. And our view is the minute you start creating, I think, affordable games and affordable collectibles, which allow people to get in with $25 rather than $1,000, suddenly the amount of people you can open it up to is so much bigger, and this thing can truly explode. And that's why it's one of the reasons why we're particularly excited about esports, because we think it brings a whole new massive market of people that may not have really considered the NFT space or the crypto space truly, to really come in and start playing e-games in a crypto environment. And I think suddenly from that perspective, they'll really get into this market as well. And I think every new wallet that we can get opened up by somebody who hasn't had crypto before, on this platform or any other platform, just helps the crypto community. So we're hoping to just be part of that successful story of bringing more people in and making crypto more accepted around the world.
Fantastic. I absolutely agree with you. This is just the beginning, and we're so excited that you are doing your IDO with Uplift, because this is where Uplift positions itself, supporting awesome projects with huge potential within the huge addressable market segment. And uplifting together, as we say. We have so many uplifters who are watching this video now and who will be supporting you for the IDO process during the IDO stage. Do you want to, share your final thoughts with our community?
Well, absolutely. Firstly, we're pushing ahead full steam with this. It's been an absolute pleasure working with Uplift. When we looked for IDO platforms, we certainly looked for IDO platforms, which had strong communities that were interested in the play to earn and the gamify space, and Uplift ticked the boxes there along with their professionalism. So we're looking forward to welcoming the Uplift community on board. We are going to be giving away NFTs for free, our VIP, our silver, our gold NFTs to everybody that actually gets an allocation through Uplift. Just to say to everyone there, not only do we appreciate you investing in our company by being part of this IDO, but we really want you on board playing on our platform, and that's why we're going to be bolstering that at least with a free NFT for everyone, which is of a reasonable high value.
Fantastic. We really appreciate this. We really appreciate you backing our community as well, because we are here to back the projects, and we appreciate all the love and attention we get from our projects for our community, because the core of Uplift is our community, our very large, very active, and very interested community. A few projects that we launched, the guys who back the project, the guys and girls who back the projects, talked about it to their friends, their communities, and expanded the user base exponentially. And this is what we're here to give back to the project. Thank you so much, Avron, for being with us today, and thank you so much for sharing more about your project. And I look forward to participating in the IDO myself personally, and of course supporting our community to make sure that we support you to our best ability.
Perfect, and thank you for having me here today.
Thank you so much.